everyone, this is MandoAllDay back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing my cosmic trial for Ultron. This is a summon build for Ultron, but this is my cosmic trial video for Ultron, and shortly after this is going to be the build guide for Ultron summon. So let's get right into it. With this particular build, the summon, it's really easy, honestly, and not only that, Ultron is really strong. So cosmic trial with Ultron summon is essentially really easy. As I usually say, easy peasy. Again, just activate the powers whenever you can, just like so. A lot of his powers here. Oops, not that. I'm supposed to use medkit, not that much. A lot of his powers do give you like critical chance, brutal chance, and so forth. So, which is a good thing. But do keep in mind though, he is a bit weak. He's a bit fragile, I should say. So keep that in mind. Now, if you see the drop of frames, it's because they have a lot of summons. They have about 6 summons right now. Alright, go up here. So easy, just activate the powers whenever you can. Honestly, that's really all it is with this particular build. Just activate them whenever you can. Like that. As I usually say, easy peasy. I mean, the summons, I guess 6 of them, they do basically all the work for you. All you gotta do is just stay alive. I do keep in mind, I am using 80 item grade legendary, but in order for me to kind of further prove that it is Ultron Cosmic Trial summoner build is easy, what I did is I removed my ring, one of the artifacts, and the forge, so I have 2 items missing. And I did that again on purpose just to prove that Ultron is really simple to have cosmic trial. So over here, what you do, I highly recommend, since Ultron is a bit fragile, hide behind your summoner. That way they get all the take damage, and then you can have a little higher survivability with Ultron. And just do the rotation, A, S, C, F, really, and then G whenever you can. With G, it's more of like an area power, so try to do it whenever there's a lot of enemies around you. Cool, move over here. Get your summons to go over here. Like so. And dice stone. There you go. Signature. And again, hide behind your summon. Really simple. Do that. And just hide behind your summon. Let summons do all the work. See while you hide behind them. Activate your powers. That's really it. Okay. I believe A does brutal strike chance 100%. My F power does critical hit chance 100%. I think another power does 2 critical hit chance. I'm not too sure. Again, with Ultron, essentially they buffed him out. I mean, he's still as strong as before biggest update. The only thing is some summoners did get affected by this whole biggest update ever. But no worries though. With Ultron, you're good to go. I'll bring my summons over here.
Logic error.
Move. Some people may find this boring. Honestly, I can understand why, because it's really simple. Signature, E, and then main spender, A, get that brutal, S, G. Look at that. As I usually say, easy peasy.
You are nothing more than a petty distraction.
That is true, petty distraction. He said it himself perfectly. Right there. Now for F power, I would say do it when there's like a line of enemies, and then because that's the one that does critical hit chance 100% there you go, and it does quite a bit of damage, so keep that in mind. And these guys are super simple. Signature on one of them, do a lot of damage, and then activate your powers. You could only summon. I mean, the funny thing is I can bring in more summons if I use certain different artifacts, but I figured, you know what, I'll make this not too easy. said, with Ultron, you're fragile. Keep that in mind. So you always want to keep moving. So essentially, what you want to do is go in, do a lot of damage, and try to move out, because you can't be fragile. But for these guys, it's really simple. I would say whenever there's a bunch of these enemies, go for that area first. And if not, just attack them one at a time. And again, let the summons do all the work for you. You're just kind of supporting the summons to work through. Right there. One more summon. Remember, once you hit the 3-minute mark, and then go attack Red Skull. But until then, attack this person. This person's gonna bother you. Missed. It's okay. And then just hide behind the summon, then do the same thing. That's all good. Bring your summons over here. Now when you do activate your signature, what I usually recommend doing is activate your powers to get all your summons out, because the way the summoners work now is when you in combat, aka when you do damage, or start using your power, you summon all your summons. So summon all your summons right now, signature, and then do the ultimate. That way you get, you do a lot of damage, just like so, and just keep moving around. So very simple. Look at that. Move down here and then kill this person right here.
Die, subhuman poor.
Like I said, he is weak. So you'll always want to constantly keep moving. But he is strong though. He's one of those. He's strong. His certain powers are really, really good, but he is weak. So he's fragile, not weak. I'm sorry. We're almost done. Signature. And that's it. Just like that. As I said,
My revenge, for the
easy
Red
peasy.
Skull shall always return.
Alright, and I'll show you guys right there. And no infinity points were used in this build. And I'll show you, again, like I mentioned, no ring, no forge, and even missing one artifact. And I did this because I'm using a item grade 80 legendary, so I kind of even it out a little bit. So now we go on to the build guide.
All of you, line up on me, like good little puppets.
Now onto the build guide. So the first thing we're going to look are the artifacts. So the first artifact is Luke's Lucky Chain. I'm using this for the damage rating to summon powers increase, summon ally health, total defense rating, and damage rating. Overall, really good artifact for summoner build, especially for the summon damage rating to powers, and also too for the total defense rating increase, because as mentioned in the Cosmic Trial portion of this video, Ultron is a bit fragile, so having the defense increase is really, really good. Next is Cybernetic Implant. When you drop below 15% of your max power, which is my spirit, you gain 1500 damage rating and 100 critical hit rating. This also increases my power by 280. Overall, really good and very common artifact. And I'm mainly using this for that one part of it, the first part of it, which is when you drop below 15% of your max power and you gain 1500 damage rating. It's very important, and I use that a lot because a lot of his powers consume a lot of power or spirit. So having that 100 critical hit chance and the 1500 damage rating is really, really good. For the medallion, I'm using Ultra Medallion. I'm using this for the health increase, the energy damage rating increase, critical hit rating to energy attacks increase, +1 energy, gain 2.1 power when you hit, and also gives you other stats and so forth. Really good medallion for Ultron. Next is Iron Legion Armor Sheath. I'm using this for the damage rating to 7 powers increase, +4 energy, brutal strike rating increase, and health increase. Alright, as mentioned, I'm missing some parts here because I figured because not to use this because I'm using an item grade legendary 80, which is Neptune's Trident. This grants you 100% extra health to summon summoners. Also increases your damage rating to summon powers, critical hit rating, and damage rating. Overall, really good stats for summon build, and I highly recommend using this legendary for Ultron summon. Again, no ring. Now for slots 1 through 5, slots 1, 2, and 4 are Ultron's uniques. Slots 3 and 5 are Ultron's cosmic. For the costume, I'm using Ultron Age of Ultron comics costume. Now for the catalyst, I'm using this grants me plus 8% XP, health regeneration per second, energy damage rating increase, mental, which is irrelevant, plus 3 energy. Cosmic, after using signature power, gain 1000 damage rating for 4 seconds. Crafted affixes, critical damage rating, as always. Tech bonus, when you are attacked, gain 500 deflect rating for 10 seconds. This also grants me a 1000 defense rating increase, which is good because, like I said, Ultron's a bit fragile, so yeah. And for insignia, I'm using insignia of Nick Fury. When you use any power, you and your allies gain plus 12% of summon damage rating and plus 1 intelligence for 8 seconds, which is good. When you use your shield medkit, summon a shield tactical agent to fight alongside you for 30 seconds. And this also increases your critical damage rating and brutal strike rating. Really good insignia for summon because when you use a medkit, you get a shield agent. So again, increases your summons. And then for the flourish, I got Ultron spray paint. Looks something like that, which I think it looks cool. And for the pet, I have it to where I increase my base health for 8%, plus 30 power increase, plus 10% brutal damage rating increase. When you use a signature power, gain 50% power radius and 4% base damage rating for 10 seconds. And that's it. For team up, I'm using Miles Morales. Alright, for the powers I used, top to bottom, left to right. Operation Blast. Encephalon Beam. Energy Overload. Operation Smash. Operation Annihilate. Operation Swarm. We are Ultron signature. Now for the hero synergies. Cable for the critical hit rating multiplier increase. Captain Marvel for the energy damage rating increase. Doctor Doom for the signature power damage increase. Iron Man for the range power increase and energy damage increase. Magic for the health on hit, 7 power damage increase. Rocket Raccoon for the 7 power damage increase. She-Hulk for the physical damage and health regeneration increase. Star-Lord for the critical hit rating multiplier to energy powers increase. War Machine for the plus 10 fighting, plus 10 power and plus 1 fighting, and Wolverine for the brutal strike and brutal damage rating increase. Now, what I would do personally is probably change some stuff. I would change War Machine to possibly Thor. I think Thor would be a better hero synergy because it gives you physical damage rating and energy damage rating increase. And then also possibly even Ultron for the summon power damage and intelligence. So this is what I use right now, but I would definitely switch some. Also remove probably She-Hulk for Ultron or something like that. Alright, now on to the talents and traits. For the first row is, can't even pronounce this, but Suns is the third one. So while in combat, and 3 enhanced blade drones will join the fight. So it's pretty straightforward. When you're in combat, 3 enhanced blade drones, basically melee drones or summons, will appear. So that's that. It's pretty straightforward. And it gives you more stats in terms of what they do and so forth. For the second row is Mind Eraser. Encephalon Beam gains the following effects. Total damage increased by 200%. Confused duration is 4 seconds. So it's pretty straightforward. What this talent does is my S power, which is Encephalon Beam, it gives it a buff of 200% extra damage and a confused duration of 4 seconds. So in short, you do more damage with this power, and the confused duration is 4 seconds. For the third row is Covering Fire. Same thing as the first row is when you're in combat, when you start activating your powers, You summon 3 enhanced range combat drones. The difference of the two is that the first row is melee, the second or the third row is these are range. And it gives you the stats of what they do. For the fourth row is energy overcharge. Energy overload, which is my F power, gains the following effects: total damage 20% of remaining power, critical hit chance 100%, power cost 100%. So in short, it consumes, orange overload. It grants you critical hit chance 100%, but it consumes a lot of the power, which is 100%, which kind of goes in hand with this artifact right here, which I don't want to read it, but yeah. And last but not least, on the fifth row is Second Coming. We are Ultron bonus effects. Number summoned 2. Active buff effects for Ultron and drones are increased by 50%, and cool reduction is increased by 5 seconds. So it's pretty straightforward. You get additional summons and so forth. Alright, now onto the rotation. Honestly, it's really simple, especially with Ultron summon build. All I do is activate all my powers, which is in this order. Operation Smash is my A power. Cephalon Beam is my S power. Operation Swarm D. Energy Overload F. And then Operation Alley is my G. And that's it. And then my main spender. Now the reason why I'm using these powers is because they do a lot of bit of damage. They do quite a bit of damage, but also too, some of these powers do critical brutal strike. So for instance, Operation Smash does brutal strike chance 100%, meaning it's always going to brutal strike. And then Operation Swarm, critical hit chance 100%. And Energy Overload, again, critical hit chance 100%. Hence why I'm using these powers. And that's really it. Like I said, it's really easy. I mean, I am using an item grade 80 legendary, but I mean, I'm not even using, missing one artifact, which can further, increase my damage dealt to the enemies. The Forge, I can use 800 defense and use the power of dupe, which I have a physical power and energy power. It's going to do a lot of damage because it gives you a buff. And then I'm also missing the ring. So again, just show you that Ultron summon build is really easy to do Cosmic Trial. And yeah, that concludes my build guide for Ultron. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Any requests for certain characters, leave it in the comment section below. If this video was helpful for you guys to get into Ultron, specifically Ultron summon, leave it in the comment section below. I'm always interested to see if these build guides do help you get into the specific character and specific build. And yeah, that concludes my build guide for Ultron. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and on to the next one. Bye-bye.